Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna show you how to make a delicious and crispy pork cutlet. Let's get started. Today you will need following ingredients: boneless pork loin 3 eggs, all-purpose flour, breadcrumbs, salt and pepper. I'll start with this boneless pork loin. It weighs about 1.745 pounds and I purchased it at my local grocery store for $8.71. Slice the pork into pieces about 0.5 inches thick and you'll get about 16 pieces. I thoroughly washed the meat under running water and dried it with paper towels before slicing it. In many cases, it's perfectly fine to use the meat straight from the package, but it's a habit of mine to rinse it with water. This comes from my mother's influence. She always insisted on washing meat with water before use, just to be cautious about any potential bacteria. Whether it's veggies or meat, I often find that cutting the ends like this is the trickiest part. After cutting all the meat, prepare a plate for seasoning. For the first layer, we'll be seasoning both sides. And starting from the next layer, we'll be seasoning only one side since we'll be stacking them. After this process, you can choose to let it rest for a little while to allow the flavors to meld. Or you can proceed immediately to the next step. It's perfectly fine. Now it's time to bread the pork. In one dish or bowl, place all-purpose flour for dredging. Dip each pork slice into the flour, coating it evenly. This process may seem a bit tedious at times, but remember, it's an act of gratitude for yourself and the people you care about. Honestly, there are moments when I might take shortcuts too. However, homemade food like this is not only delicious, but also cost-effective and healthy. Sometimes when you eat out, you may not always trust what goes into your food. But when you prepare it yourself with carefully chosen ingredients, you can be sure it's clean and safe. Now, in another dish or bowl, whisk a couple of eggs to create an egg wash. I never like to waste leftover eggs, so I always use them a little bit at a time. If there are any extras, they make for a great scramble or fried eggs for another meal. Finally, in a third bowl or dish, put your favorite breadcrumbs. Dip the slices into the egg wash, make sure it's fully coated, and coat the pork slice generously with breadcrumbs, pressing them onto the pork to adhere. Now, a little secret ingredient I love using is this brand of breadcrumbs. They're outstanding because they don't absorb too much oil during frying, yet they come out incredibly crispy and flavorful. You can deep fry them if you prefer, but I simply pan fry them with just the right amount of oil. If you can find this brand in your area, I highly recommend it. However, don't hesitate to explore other breadcrumbs that suit your taste. Sometimes, culinary adventures and experimenting with new ingredients lead to the most delightful discoveries. Even if you encounter a few failures along the way, the joy of finding something truly delicious is worth it. It looks like I've run out of eggs, so I'll crack one open and use it about half of it. The rest will be used for making scrambled eggs later. I'll scrape it all off and try to use every bit. When it comes to storing the finished pork cutlets, it's great to arrange them like this, with a layer of meat, separate by plastic wrap in between. If you stack them without separation and place them in the freezer, they might freeze together, making it challenging to separate and cook them individually. This step is crucial for convenient storage in the freezer, allowing you to make a batch, take them out as needed, and enjoy them freshly cooked whenever you like. Now it's time to cook it. In a pan, heat vegetable oil with medium heat. I'll use chopsticks to flip the cutlets. Once the oil's ready, carefully place the breaded pork slices into the hot oil. Oh, I absolutely love that sizzling sound when the pork cutlet is cooking. It seems like there's not quite enough oil. I'll add a bit more to ensure it cooks perfectly. When it comes to cooking the pork cutlet, I don't want to start with high heat. High heat can cause the outside to burn while leaving the inside undercooked. So I recommend using medium heat or adjusting as needed. Fry them for about 3 to 4 minutes on each side or until they turn golden brown and crispy. Cook the pork on medium heat until it's almost done. And in the last 30 seconds or so, turn up the heat to high. Again, my mom always told me that pork should be thoroughly cooked to avoid any risk of foodborne illnesses. I think it's ready now. I'll plate it up. My mouth is watering already. I just checked my refrigerator for veggies. I've got baby spinach and kale, some avocado, roasted paprika, and some gherkins, and balsamic vinaigrette for dressing with rice. If you're like me, my favorite dipping sauce for these cutlets is ketchup. You can either dip your cutlet into it or spread some ketchup on top before taking that delicious bite. You can also enjoy them with a squeeze of lemon if you'd like. Now it's time to reap the rewards of all this effort. It is absolutely delicious. The breaded crust is incredibly crispy. Oh, I forgot to drizzle some balsamic dressing on top as well. It looks absolutely delicious. By the way, I really enjoy cooking with such a colorful variety of ingredients. My mom always encouraged me to cook colorful dishes. Using a vibrant array of ingredients not only adds various nutrients, but also makes the meal visually appealing. The meat is tender yet has a satisfying bite to it. It's not too thin or too thick, just perfect. For those who prefer an even more tender meat texture, you can include the step of pounding the meat during the seasoning stage. So there you have it, my friends. It's your turn to try. Remember, life is all about exploring, learning, and savoring the results. Thanks for watching. Bye!